And so it's not really, the whole notion of ecological catastrophe is already kind of a deflection, right? That's maybe the real crime, to say that all these things that are happening now are natural catastrophes, when in a very real sense they are man-made. But it's important to be specific about which men made them. And that is not only to lay blame, although sometimes when people keep on doing what they're doing, it is important to lay blame.
But leave the blame game, because we've done that. But is there still saviour ahead?
Well, first of all, it's not something new, this idea that humans have an impact on climate. This is something that's been known actually for centuries, but it's been
But what is new is that what is new is that we know how big the catastrophe will be if we don't change anything.
Well, okay, but as Jason said, it's not something that will merely come from the bottom up. So we have to think about fundamental ways of changing our liberal democracy. We have to move away from a liberal notion of a person who is only a proper self if he or she has property. Right? This is a very fundamental notion that we have. You are your own self if you own stuff. And that kind of notion of the liberal self makes it completely impossible to think about other forms of collective life, such as forms that have been organized in, or can be organized in a communist way.
Yeah, but then what has to happen now to make it very clear? Can politics do something? We were just talking to the minister. Can politics do something?
Absolutely. But what the minister said, liberals want to make sure that other people and other generations don't pay the cost. That is precisely the neoliberal agenda, to make other people and future generations pay the costs of capitalism. And so the first step that we have to take is to look at the true institutions of global governance, which is the world financial system. And we have to look for ways to move that into a public utility system that could organize the kinds of global infrastructure projects that we're talking about. A sustainable energy transition, which is completely possible.
Yeah, but if you say global